Hey guys, welcome to my 20-week bump date. I'm so in shock that I am 20 weeks pregnant. It doesn't feel real. As far as stats go, for Brody, for week 20, he's supposed to be the size of a mango. So the app says that is 6.5 inches long and about 10 ounces. But I told you guys in my bump date last week that Brody was weighing 11 ounces at our anatomy scan last week, so I imagine he's a little bit more than 11 ounces by now, and I think he's probably more than 6.5 inches long, but I'm not entirely sure. I know the app just kind of estimates. But the last week has been okay. Like I said, I don't have much to update. To be honest, I've just been really tired, and I feel like this is coming in waves, and I know it also has to do with my sleep, but I felt this way in the beginning of my second trimester, so around weeks 13 and 14. It was like I was just completely tired out of nowhere, and I had tons of round ligament pain, and then I feel like my belly popped out, and then everything kind of went back to normal. And now again at week 20, I've been a lot more tired and I've had more round ligament pain this week, which I stopped having it. So I think that he's just going through a really big growth spurt, which explains why I'm really tired, and that would explain all of the pains I've been feeling in my stomach. So I've just been trying to catch up on as much sleep as I can. Last week in my video, I told you guys I got the Snoogle, which is amazing. I'm so happy that I bought it. So somebody asked me in the comments to do a review of the Snoogle. I may do a full review when I've used it for a while, but I can tell you just by using it for a week that I am fully impressed. It's completely worth the money in my opinion. If you don't like being cocooned or like surrounded by pillows when you're sleeping, you're not gonna like it because it is very claustrophobic, I feel like. I know some moms have said that, but I personally like sleeping that way. I like sleeping with a ton of pillows and just very like in my own space. And the Snoogle provides a lot of support for my back, my neck, and my shoulders. I'm so glad I bought it. That has been helping my sleep a little bit. Also, for this last week, I have had so much indigestion. I mean, I've been getting it pretty much since I started my second trimester, but it has been so bad this last week. I'm burping all the time, and I think that it's because my belly is coming up a lot higher now, because my uterus is growing and my organs are just getting pushed up, and the second I'm done eating, I'm burping, and it's just so gross. And it's not even gross, but it's just uncomfortable. It's like a really uncomfortable feeling. And I started to get heartburn. Not an insane amount of heartburn, but definitely when I drink milk, surprisingly. Milk is one of the biggest things that has been giving me heartburn the last week or so. And I've really been wanting cereal. So I drink the milk at the end, and then I get the worst heartburn afterwards. So heartburn, indigestion, just like all of the joys that come with pregnancy. But I've been experiencing those as my belly's getting bigger. Also, my appetite has, I would say, dramatically increased. You could ask my husband and he would be like, oh yeah, like it's been picking up, which I'm happy about because I normally have a decent appetite and I hate not eating, especially being pregnant, because I just feel like I'm hurting Brody and I feel like I'm not eating enough. So when I didn't have much of an appetite in the beginning, I was really worried, and it's picking up a little bit each week, and I'm happy about that. So my appetite has been a lot better. I can eat a lot more, but then I get full so quickly now. It's like I used to be able, portion control has always been an issue I've had, and I've always eaten way too much, and then I get really full afterwards. But I eat like a normal amount now, much smaller portions, and I'm so full afterwards, and my stomach feels like it's going to explode. It's so uncomfortable. Those are basically all of the symptoms that I've had this week. I've just noticed too that I feel huge. I feel so uncomfortable, and I know I'm like preaching to the choir, and I know you guys are gonna say, Lauren, you're only 20 weeks pregnant, you have 20 to go. And I understand that. I physically in my mind can't grasp myself getting much bigger than I am. And I know that I'm gonna get huge. I understand, but I can't picture it, if that makes sense. It's just crazy, and I am so uncomfortable with how big I am already. I'm not uncomfortable with it as in like I'm unhappy with the way that I look. I feel the extra weight and getting dressed, I feel like I'm just like shoving a cream puff through a keyhole. I feel huge. I am really lethargic. Like I feel like a roly-poly, you guys. And I know I'm not even that big. When you guys look at my bump, you're gonna be like, really? But I'm uncomfortable. So I know it's only gonna get worse, and I promise I'm not gonna complain too much, but that's just how I've really been feeling this last week. I'm really starting to see an actual pregnant belly, and my body is slowly but surely disappearing. So I'm just trying to get used to that idea. But I'm halfway done, which is exciting. And yeah, my weight gain still sits at about 7 pounds this whole pregnancy. So I feel pretty proud of myself to have made it halfway and only gained 7 pounds. I haven't even gained 10. And I know that my doctor wants me to gain about 30. So at this point, I feel like if I keep eating pretty well for the most part, I think I can steadily gain the rest of the weight. And I know that by the end of your pregnancy, you put on a lot more. So we'll see. I mean, if I go over 30, it's not that big of a deal. Obviously, I'm not looking to gain an excessive unhealthy amount, but I'm not going to beat myself up. See, indigestion. I'm not going to beat myself up about it if I gain a little bit more than what my doctor recommended. But at this point, I'm not consciously trying to gain as little as possible either. I'm just kind of going with the flow and eating when I feel hungry and basically just listening to my body. So weight gain is still 7 pounds. So that's everything I wanted to talk to you guys about this week. I wanted to show you a couple things that I picked up, and then I'll show you guys my bump. I don't have much to show you guys because I feel like I'm trying not to over purchase things. So I got stuff for myself, and I went to Target. So Target, at least right now, it's like December 28th, I think. Cartwheel, I think it's an extra 20 or 30% off of clearance items. So I picked up 2 shirts for myself. I'm trying not to purchase too much maternity clothing, but I need stuff that's comfortable at this point. I wear the same leggings in every bump date. You guys are gonna see those all the time. So I got this one that I'm wearing right now. I don't know if you guys can see the color on camera, but it's an olive green color, and it's a long sleeve. And this is the softest material ever. It's so comfortable, and I believe it's by Liz Lang Maternity. And it's honestly, I'll show you guys the rest of it when I stand up to show you my bump, but it's just a longer, like tunic style, tight long sleeve, and it has some ruching on the sides. I am not a fan of extreme ruching. I just don't like the look. I've never liked anything ruched. I just don't think it's pretty, and I think it's unflattering. So I got this shirt. I believe it was full price, and I think it was $22. It was under 25, but over 20. And then this one was on clearance, and this was on sale for $17.48. It was $25, and then it was additional 20 or 30 off of that. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And it's also by Liz Lang Maternity. This top is in a small, and then this is in a small. But it's basically like it's kind of like a sweater. I don't really know what the proper word for this is. But it doesn't have a hood. It's just like a loose kind of collar. And then it's got these 2 strings. It is long sleeved, and it has decent ruching. See what I mean? It's really relaxed. It's not super tight. And it's just long. It's very basic. It's more of like a knit sweater material, but it's thin. So this is the belly from the front with top on. And then bare belly. So it has a full-on shape now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it feels so tight, and it feels like it's going to explode. And my belly button is still not out yet. But this is it from the left, front, and the right. So that is it for for my 20th week of pregnancy bump date. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and commenting. It really means a lot to me. If you guys would like to follow my pregnancy a little bit more closely, I will have my social media linked down below. I'm super active on Snapchat and Twitter. And if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. And I will see you guys in next week's video.